Well, hi YouTube. Yeah, I know. Different face, different everything. I'm not Laura. I'm the other half. So I'm Olie, we're sold on RV Life, and we're gonna do some on-demand hot water heater maintenance. We'll see you in a minute. Welcome back. Hope you enjoyed that little intro. I got the peanut gallery behind the camera, which is why I don't like being in front of the camera. Anyway, so we're gonna mess with the hot water heater today. Not real sure if we're on the right path or not, because when in the shower, it's not holding temp quite right. Constantly having to play with the hot and cold, trying to get the temp to sit, and then it spikes up. We have it set at 124 degrees and it wants to jump. All kinds of craziness going on. So I did a little bit of online research. Obviously through Furrion and some of the other websites, and they're all saying, you know, make sure that the flame is good, make sure the filter's cleaned out, and there's a little mixing valve in here, I guess, make sure it's on max. That's what we're going to look at today, is whether that stuff's done right, if it's down here that maybe something more we need to look at, or is it just operator error when in the shower? Who knows? So we installed some of these screens to keep the mud daubers and other insects from getting inside here. Not so much worried about it on the hot water heater because it gets used quite a bit, but the furnace definitely, because in the summertime, I mean, it's what, 9-10 o'clock in the morning right now, and it's 85 degrees. 9:30. So we don't have to worry too much about using the furnace. But anyway, they go on with a small spring that attaches to the outside and then hooks onto the inside. So then they give you this handy dandy little tool. I don't know if you can see that. But anyway, we're going to take this off and open this up and take a look, see what's going on the inside. If I can get that. Boy, this thing's all rusted out. Boy, that salt air down there in Corpus Christi sure did a number on it. So we'll get this soap plug. All right. This up and out. All right. Now, here's that mixing valve they were talking about. We need to make sure it's on max, which I believe it is. All right, and then down here, this is part of the drain for condensation, but I believe this is the filter. One of these two is part of the filter system that we're gonna open it up and make sure that that's all cleaned out and all of those kind of things. So we'll be back in a minute.
Supervisor, busy at work.
All right, we're gonna turn the power off. And then down here we've got the drain and we've got the filter assembly. So we're gonna open up this drain, maybe. I gotta get a pair of pliers. Alright, let's see if we can open up this drain. I have to turn off water supply too, I don't think.
There you go.
Alright. So a couple things that I'm looking for, even though we have a water filtration system, and if you'd watched one of our earlier videos, you would have seen Laura taking care of that, is scaling. I don't know if you can really see, but there's some little bit of buildup on here, and it's just from minerals and water scaling. So those are the things I'm looking for, because then that's going to tell me that I've got scaling on the inside. If that's the case, then we may have to look at a more in-depth descaling using vinegar and all the rest of that stuff. And a little water spray some stuff out.
Do you want to catch it to see what it looks like?
Yeah. That looks pretty good. Watch yourself, I'm gonna creak.
Nice.
Alright, so we're going to let that run for a minute. See if we can blow out some of that. Anything might be floating around in the bottom there. Of course, Sadie loves to play in the water, so she's...
She can't help herself. She just can't help herself.
Just can't figure out what angle she wants to be. Doggone. Oh, now your head's all wet. Alright. We'll let that trickle. That actually doesn't look too bad. So we'll let that drain. Kind of pulled up a little bit in there, so we'll put that drain plug there. Now we gotta see about taking off that filter. Let's take a look in there. They use a unique tool for this. And of course, we don't have unique tools, so we gotta make unique tools out of what we have. There it goes.
And this is the filter?
This is the filter, yes. This is being stubborn. Because my fingers just don't fit my hands. I don't have big hands, but they're a little fat for this job. Let's see what else we have. It's going to be quite enough. It's not.
No, we've never removed this before.
Nope. Try to give you a white background. I don't know if you can see that. But she's a little gummied up. Yeah. Probably not what we want.
Yeah.
So we're gonna get that cleaned up. And yeah, get it back installed. So we'll be back. Alright, I don't know if you can see it very well, but that's a clean screen right there. Best I can tell anyway. So now we're gonna open the water supply back up, let it run out of both the drain and the filter neck, and let any contaminants and stuff there just kind of pour out. Alright, look out, killer. Sadie's down here trying to attack the water. Alright, well, I don't know if that was enough to make an issue out of it, but anyway, and I don't see a whole lot of buildup. It's not like we didn't get a bunch on the gutter that sits here. So, I mean, did you see anything? It seemed all pretty good. Downside is, because I'm not super familiar with these, I mean, they're pretty simple as far as mechanics go, but is how to take it apart to the point where you can see the flame. So I don't think we're gonna mess with that today, because it seems to be a little more in depth. I don't see the burners, so my assumption is it's all sealed inside, and then maybe something to look at later. So we'll do these little steps, see if this makes a difference, and go from there.
Oh.
So let's get it all reassembled. And
what's it doing now?
it's just draining out.
Because it was filled the tank up a little bit. I mean,
Well,
it's a tank less, but
Yeah, there's not much of a tank in there, but yeah, it's just a line. We'll be burping some air.
cool.
Okay. There's the match up to the they put little paint marks on them when they installed them, so you knew where they sat. But anyway, so I don't know if we'll take a look at this again. That's the part's concerning me a little bit. Can you see that on there?
Oh, through here? I don't know. So small.
I don't know if you can see that or not, but it's kind of this greenish stuff.
But is that because it's copper?
That's scaling. That's just the hard water leaving minerals behind. So there's not a ton of it, which is good, but there is still some, which makes me wonder then about the lines inside. Bugging my face. So anyway, and we'll put water back to it. Sorry, I guess Dave's for the camera. There it goes. Got our little paint marks to line up again. Looks pretty good. Let's get some water flowing again, since we have no leaks. back to regular programming. All right, now we're done messing with the dog in the water. Let's turn the power back on. Nothing happening there, so we're gonna come over here to our little water station. It's in the Nautilus. Turn on some hot water, turn off the cold, and we'll let this baby fire. This is what she watches. So we got good firing. Now the controller's inside in the bathroom, on the bathroom wall, so we really can't see what's going on with that. Temp-wise, but at least this way we're gonna burp out all the... I know it's kind of hard to not distract you back here. But we got hot water coming out the hose. Yeah, you need to stop them. You really can't. Okay, that all looks good. So, yeah, blower motors. It seems to be spinning. We got good exhaust. Nothing seems to be leaking. This is set to max. So I think this part of it's good. We'll get this buttoned up. We'll go inside, get to the thermostat that's on the mounted on the wall, and check it in there and see if it's holding temp better. All right, so we got that inserted back in. We'll get the door back on. Maybe. All right, we're back in. Keep the bad guys out. So we'll pack all this up and head inside.
You're a wet dog.
Wet dog. Can I pet your wet dog?
Now we're in the bathroom, and this is the control unit for the hot water tank. And so it's on and it's set. Alright, so what we're going to do is we're going to turn this on. So we're going to turn on the hot water, put that towards the, angle that towards the wall there. And then we'll watch this come to temp. Because it's LED, you're going to get that strobing. We see a solid number, but... And so 124 should be what she set at. So I'll go up to 124, but then here's the problem. We're only running hot water right now, right? And so with just hot water, that would be a hot shower to take. So now we're gonna bring in cold. I'll put it to full to begin with, and there it goes. Well, it only bumped up one and then back down. So we'll let that kind of neutralize itself. Stick a hand in there. And it's warm, but now what I'm going to do is I'm going to slowly start backing off the cold and see if it affects. And we're staying solid. Oh, so there's a dip. Going down's okay. It's going too high. And so it's solid at 124. Temp-wise, it's pretty warm, but we are on. Oh, there it goes. See, now we're starting to inch up a little bit. So we'll back off a little more cold. It's definitely staying a lot better than it was. It was hopping up into the 140s. So 126 isn't bad. All right, so I'm gonna bring the cold back to full. Now I'm gonna back off hot. Like that. Lukewarm, and we're staying at 124. So I would say that's a win, because we saw a little bit of a jump, 126, 127. We're changing temperatures. So, you know, as we're watching this, I'm changing the temperature by using the valves, and I'm seeing a drop in temp, which is fine, but I'm not seeing a high spike. So I think we're gonna have a much better time controlling temperatures and staying solid more, and not have all that jumping around. All right, well, there it is. So that's the hot water tank, tankless. Furrion Tankless Hot Water Heater. There it is. So quick, that was a flush, cleaned out the screen a little bit. Kind of gummy. I was expecting at least some larger pieces of shale or something like that. But hey, I'm not mad. Quote Jason, I'm not mad about it. So that's a win for us. We'll have to try it out in the shower. I'll take a shower tonight, and if you see another video about the same thing, then you know it didn't work. So later.